Hello and welcome to the Winter 17 Legacy League's All-Star Game show presented by Sportsbook Passing League. I'm Tyler Feldman. I'm here with the handsome Ryan Spitz. We are going to be going through all of our All-Star picks for the night. In the past, we have announced all the 16 players and then did the draft. We're going to do it a little bit differently this year. We're going to let the players be revealed as they are picked. So I hope you're paying attention because you might miss it. Before we get going, Monday, April 17th at 10 p.m. is going to be the All-Star Game. Before that, at 9 o'clock, we're going to be doing the dunk contest and three-point contest, so make sure that you guys are here at InSports on April 17th for all of that. Might as well not waste any time. We're all here. No one wants to watch me. We're going to go hand it over to Joey Zacco, the commissioner. We're going to get this thing rolling.
Thank you, Tyler.
Of course.
Very, very well done on that open. I'm here with the, one and a half captains. Jalen Graham of Redemption, and Tarell Vargas stood us up really good, so he sent his teammates here to do his dirty work and pick the team. But welcome to the Winter 17 draft, presented by Sportsbook Passing League, guys. Jalen, first, I know kind of your first time doing all this. What's your expectations for the draft?
Just to play with some good players in the draft. Looking forward to playing with other people, and that's really my expectation.
Cool, John. Out of the first pick, I know you're supposed to be taking orders from Tarell, but you're not gonna. So what are you looking? What are you looking for with that first pick?
Mike Davis.
All right. So that's a way to do it. So we'll have a coin toss to figure out who gets that first pick, and then we'll send you over there and we'll get it rolling. So Jalen, you get to call it in the air. We're gonna let this fall, and that's a pretty terrible toss. Okay. It is tails. You guys can head over. So that means Team Vargas will have the first pick, which is going to be a lot of fun. And Tyler, we'll send it back over to you while they get the pick in.
All right, so as we just heard, Team Vargas being represented by Rullan and Howie Miller, they will get their first pick. I don't know if there's much of a surprise here. They made it abundantly clear that they're leaning towards Mike Davis, unless we have something, a little bit of a curveball here. I presume that that's where they're going to go. Not a bad pick.
No, we talked about it before. We both thought it would be.
Yeah, we both said that if we were in their shoes, we would pick Mike Davis. I mean, obviously I wasn't an all-star, which is a sham, so you can't pick me.
Just because you have one block that you can't stop talking about.
Yeah, we don't need
an all-star.
You don't need to toot my horn for me. Is our pick in?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go.
And with the first pick in the Winter 17 draft, as expected, and they kind of ruined the surprise, but Team Vargas selects Mike Davis of the Serial Killers, and that means Jalen's on the clock. If we're doing it snake version, right, Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
So he'll have two picks. We'll give him one pick, and then we'll kind of recap the top two selections. So Team Graham is on the clock.
Where would you go here?
Honestly,
Take Mike Davis off the board.
Take Mike Davis out of there.
I would take John or Howie just to sort of mess with their flow. I mean, throw them under the bus, right? Just poach Terrell's teammates.
No,
Why not?
If you're not going to go with the mental route, I think I might go Carmine.
Yeah, if we're gonna go best available, I think
in the backcourt.
a lot of shooters. I mean, it's all depending on if you want to go size or you want to go speed, right?
Exactly.
So you can go. We could go, Tyrell Holmes. If you want to go size, you can go to Ty Reed. Oh, it shouldn't even be. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna keep quiet because I'm ruining the picks here.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's true. I'm ruining the surprise here.
Yeah, there's no
because we didn't run through them like we normally do. So we will hang tight. We'll wait for that pick to get in. But can't go wrong with Mike Davis, obviously, with the first pick. Obviously, he's a former MVP, has never lost a game in this league. Undefeated. Serial Killers. Who's their first? They play White Magic or Light It Up?
They play Light It Up.
They play Light It Up in the first round.
That.
Are we expecting any surprises there?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
The classic one beats a 16.
The classic 116. Even in the Legacy Leagues, you don't see the 16 beat the 1. It's just never happened before.
Exactly.
Are we still waiting on a pick?
No, we're good.
Okay, here we go.
So with the second pick and Jalen's first pick, he's going to select Carmine Santarelli of the Temptations. So now Mike Davis and Carmine are off the board. Tyler, if you can, maybe we're going to head over to our captains now. Give us 1 second for that. There we go. All right, so we have a little far away, but that's all right. So let's start with John and Howie. Why Mike Davis?
He's the best player on the list, besides Rullan and Jalen.
Right, so obviously the teams start with those two players, right? We kind of forgot to mention that. Jalen's on his own team, and you guys are actually up for selection, but Tarell starts on that team, and then Mike Davis. So he's the best one. That was your rationale.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a good
I'm
player
just
to play
being-
through.
Yeah.
He's a good player
Not
to play
really,
through.
To build around. Not
Yeah.
really. Okay. Jalen, why Carmine?
I think he's the next best player in the draft. I also feel like I mesh well with him. He likes to get the ball going, and I feel like he's a playmaker. So that's why I picked him.
Looking forward to it. So we'll keep the draft going and turn that. Oh yeah, hard for you to see where to go, huh? Keep going. I'll tell you when. Turn it back. We're gonna run through these next couple picks now. Keep going a little bit. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Cool. Cool. So we're back. So before we send it over to Tyler, we have our third pick is already in, but I want to talk about Mike and Carmine. Any surprises? Unlike last time we did this, probably not. But what do you think about these guys, and kind of talk about Carmine being an all-star again?
I think that these are the 4 best players that this league has. So, as opposed to last year's draft where
That was the
Russ-
first. That was the first team.
yeah, Russ Payton,
Cat's out of the bag now.
Russ Payton was our best player of the league last year, and it went to like pick 8 before he got taken.
Yeah.
So this seems like our
That's
captains
that's
are
all right.
a little bit. They get it. They're taking the best talent available. So
No,
you
makes
know,
sense. Yeah, no surprise there.
I don't want to reveal any more names, but you know,
keep it a
there's.
surprise.
We'll keep it a surprise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we ready to go for? Okay, so we're gonna eat up some more time. We're not ready for the next pick, but so curious.
Go ahead.
Now Jalen with Carmine, 2 ball handlers, like having the ball in their hands. What do we think?
Personally, I like a 2-point guard lineup. I just like having 2 viable options to get the ball. You can play off of each other. They can both shoot. They can both drive. They both grab a ton of rebounds. I like the pick a lot because they can play off of each other. If one wants to go slide to the 2 and be more of a scorer, easily can do it. If one wants to handle the ball more, go pick and roll for kicks and out to the and in the paint for layups, they can both do it. So it's not like they can't play off of each other.
And there's no reason that they couldn't be 2 units. If they these teams are 8, you go 4 and 4. You can make your second best player on your team be the first best player on your second unit. So it's not a bad.
It's not like they have a short bench here.
Yeah, and then of course Tarell takes Mike Davis, who's defensive lockdown, good shooter, can score at will. And Tarell obviously is our reigning MVP, so you really can't go wrong there.
Okay.
I'm being told to hurry it up, so here we go, pick 3.
All right. So with the third pick, Jalen gets a second pick. So Team Graham selects Marquis DeRousseau from the Firm, who locked up that 6th seed. So he joins Carmine, and then we'll go back to Team No Limit, Team Vargas over there, with the 2. It's funny, the 2 captains can be selected by themselves. Very interesting. Going to be interesting dynamic when they get selected. But Marquis taking 3rd, so he joins Carmine.
Yeah, we have seen Markey dunk more than a few times this year.
Yeah.
He is an athlete, to say the least. Definitely brings, he's not a great scorer, I would say, with the ball in his hands, but a perfect, alley-oops, catching lobs. He's, with 2 good point guards behind him, I think that's a great wing addition right there.
Yeah, Marquis is the second highest field goal percentage in the league, and you have Carmine and Jalen running down the court and throwing him lobs. Yeah, it should be a show.
Yeah, that team's looking to be pretty athletic at the onset. Curious to see where Tarell goes here. It's looking like, is the pick in? Am I jumping the gun here? Okay, so you gotta listen to me for a couple more seconds here. What do you think? Would you go big here, or would you go guard?
Honestly, I don't think it really matters because Mike and Tarell are both big in their own right, and they can both handle the ball. So you could go shooter, you could go inside game, and I don't think it would really matter. They both complement each other very well.
All right. Well, we have the next 2 picks of the Snake Draft coming up.
Yeah, so we're going to keep kind of doing this a little more quickly than last time. We'll do 2 a time. So, Team Vargas with picks 4 and 5 in the draft select Ty Reed, and then John Rullan takes himself, so he'll join Vargas. This is awesome. So now Ty Reed and John Rullan join Mike Davis on Team Vargas.
Yeah, I really like those picks. Ty Reed kind of emerged out of nowhere this season.
Olympian.
Olympic athlete, played under Coach Nick Saban at the University of Alabama. Sort of an interesting story,
He's an athlete.
And every time that he's been on the floor for the Renegades, he just seems to take over. He's athletic, he's quick.
They got 1 loss with him. They have 3 without him. So I don't know, where would they be without him?
Right, and of course Tarell then gets his
Yeah.
wing partner in John Rullan, someone that he knows well, played with, a little bit of chemistry.
Just thinking about it, you have Mike Davis, John Rullan on the wing shooting threes, and Tarell and Tyree going to the basket.
What do you do
They're
right
all
there?
big too, so you can't even take advantage defensively.
I like the way that that's shaking out. I'm curious to see if the first 4 names end up being that first unit for them,
Yeah, it
or if
doesn't
they
have to
shake
be.
up their
That's true.
rotations.
Doesn't have
But
to be.
obviously, these are the best 16 players in this league. So, however it shakes out, you're going to have a good team.
Yeah, I agree.
Are we all right? Here we go. Next 2 picks.
Let's do it. Working the camera and doing this is interesting. But with the 6 and 7 picks in the Winter 17 Legacy League's All-Star Draft, Team Graham selects Reggie Stewart and Corey Jacobs. So a pair of teammates join.
A pair of Monstars.
Yeah, a pair
All
of
right.
Monstars join Marky and Carmine and Jalen over there. So we'll do 2 more picks, and then we'll give you a look at the board to kind of recap who's gone where. But if you want to comment on Reggie and Corey.
Sure. Well, anyone who followed the league last year will know that my group of analysts, Eric, Will, Ian, and myself, we were very high on Reggie Stewart last season. We attributed most of Run TMC's success last year to Reggie Stewart. An electric player, great ball handler, athletic, can shoot, sort of a catalyst, and took a lesser role, I think, this year with the Monstars, but has played his role very efficiently. Someone who sort of gets it, he can buy in, especially in a game like this, where he's playing with a lot of talent. He can definitely take a step back and play the role that he's needed. I'm going to be completely honest, I haven't seen Corey Jacobs play much, so I don't want to comment too heavily. I know that he's an accomplished defender, so obviously you can't go wrong there if you want to bolster your presence inside and on the perimeter.
Yeah, no, I like the pick of Corey. I thought he was pretty underrated this year. He doesn't have to do a ton of scoring, but he's gone off for over 30 a couple times, and he's a very good defender. He's atop the league in steals, I believe. He's averaging 2.7 a game. That's pretty solid out.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, they press a lot, so you're going to get some steals to begin with, but
Sure.
I like that pick a lot.
Yeah, I think that you see a lot of times in All-Star games that the tempo goes up, and you see a lot of run and gun. So I think we all know that Reggie can run the break. So I think that's a huge addition, and of course adding a lockdown defender in Corey Jacobs that absolutely helps solidify your presence.
Exactly.
Are we ready for another 2 picks?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
And then we'll take a break and we'll kind of recap from there, I think is good. But Team Vargas, with the 8th and 9th picks in the Winter 17 All-Star Draft, selects Howie Miller and Matt Marconi. So we got the No Limit boys sticking together and adding Marconi, who... did you guys play Goon this year? I'm looking at no one.
He didn't play when he was there.
Oh, so there you go. So they take Matt Marconi, who they know from.
A captain from last year.
There you go.
He didn't play last year though either.
No, he was a captain.
He was a captain of the All-Star
Hurt
game
his
last year.
hand.
I didn't play. So
I think that's the-
it'll be a yeah. There you go. You're returning the favor. So let's do this. Let me get out of the way. You guys can comment on everything, but let's.
Well, I'm not really worried about chemistry issues
No.
for
Shouldn't be.
Terrell because they have
Knows him pretty well, you would think.
they play together all the time. So he can put a lineup together that he keeps those 3 together, and then he can
just
throw
throw another
a
4 out there.
Tyree or
Yeah.
and, there's options there. And obviously we know, Matt Marconi maybe took a step back this year, but I
When
wouldn't
you say step back, you could also say
a more balanced team.
Yeah, that's fair. You have
No
better
doubt
players
that
taking shots.
he can heat up at any given moment.
Yeah,
and
drop 40 on.
Okay, yeah, so obviously Vargas has one other player right now than Team Graham, but as it shakes out right now, it just looks like No Limit added a couple of All-Stars, and it's a little bit scary. And on the flip side, you got, Carmine, who can score, and Jalen, obviously, who can score, and Marky can jump out of a gym, and Reggie and Corey. I don't know. Who would you give the edge to right now?
Well, Team Vargas obviously has one more player, so that looks like.
And a player who doesn't lose.
Yeah.
Has never lost.
I honestly think they're pretty evenly matched, but if you were going to make me pick one, I think Team Vargas is a little better now, just by like a hair. Pretty even.
Yeah, I think that, these All-Star games are always hard to judge, because
It's more about chemistry than it is
Right.
talent, because everyone's talented.
so we can put a little bit of stock into maybe those No Limit guys sticking together.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. We're almost about halfway through We have selected 9 of the available 14. Obviously, there's 16 total, our 2 captains. So we have some names left. Obviously, I don't want to spoil any of them, but obviously some players that we're not going to be surprised when we hear their names get called. Do we have? Okay? So let's see. We're still waiting on a few picks. I'm running out of things to say. I'm tired of hearing my voice. Spitz, you got anything for me?
Just looking forward to see who else gets picked, honestly. I liked how it's going so far.
Okay, looks like we are almost ready to go for our next 2 picks. Again, this is a snake draft, so we're going to throw the next 2 will go to Jalen. He'll get his 5th and 6th options. Ready to go?
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Do this. So we are now at picks 10 and 11 for Team Graham in the Winter 17 All-Star Draft. And he goes with Tarell Holmes of Sportslook, who is pretty good, and Jamal Jones from the Rookies. So those 2 guys add to Corey, Reggie, Markey, Carmine, and obviously Jalen. So now you can talk a little bit about them and their seasons and then how they fit into that team.
Yeah, so personally I have a bone to pick with Tarell because he missed 3 games in a row and then decided to show up when he played us on Monday night. And
Beat you like a drum. Yeah.
he's hard to guard. He's a very good athlete, and I think that to be in this game, only having played in 4 games throughout the regular season, is a testament to just how electric he's been when he's been on the court.
Yeah, I think I like the Tarell pick a lot because he's one of the players that can light it up on offense because he can get to the rim. He's a great athlete, but he seems to. I feel like if he showed up for more than just 4 or 5 games, he could have made the all-defensive team. Because when he wants to play defense, you can't get past him. Because he's great lateral quickness, and he's, like we said before, he's just a great athlete.
He's very similar
too. I like.
Yeah, that rookies team coming into this season, we were really unsure about that rookies team. They've jumped in the power rankings a ton as far
they've gone. I feel like I think they've gone as high as 9 or 10, and as low as like 15. So,
but he definitely came on. He can shoot, and he's another big body that can shoot too. That can stretch the floor. And obviously, I don't like to make these crazy comparisons, but physically, if you look at like Tarell, and he's sort of like Tarell in a sense, a bigger body, athletic, can drive, a little bit shorter, right? Mm-hmm. But
similar.
And a tough matchup for do you put a guard on the perimeter on him, or do you put a big body on him that's less athletic? I think if you're looking at right now, I think Ty Reed might be the best option from Team Vargas, if not Tarell himself.
Tie on tie.
Tie on tie. That'd be a fun matchup.
That's super corny.
Are we ready to go for our next 2 pickup? Alright, here we go. I don't know I'm getting laughed at over here.
Yeah, we got people being laughed at. That's good. So we're going to actually wrap up the draft. And then if you guys then want to run through all the All-Stars again, we'll show the board after. So, picks, because we have the captains. So we're actually only announcing 14 players plus the 2 captains. So picks 12 and 13 go to Team Vargas and the No Limit squad over there. They will take Andrew Martino and Steve Eccles. Martino from Lob 203 and Eccles from Stranger Danger, 2 teams who only have 1 representative in this game. And that means the last pick you get shoved to the end. And I don't think it was intentional. I don't know, but it's a pretty good joke. Will Hudson, who has
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, right. I was looking for that, but he goes with Jalen. So now all the teams are there. I'm going to step out of the way. I'll let you guys talk first, Ty, and then we'll get them over there for an interview.
Sure, so let's just run through real quickly for Team Graham. You got Jalen, obviously, at the head of his team, followed by Carmine Santarelli, Marquis Desrousseau, Reggie Stewart, and Corey Jacobs for the Monstars, Tarell Holmes of Sportslook, Jamal Jones of the Rookies, and Will Hudson of Run TMC. Not my biggest fan, but I'm one of his. And then on the flip side, you got Team Vargas, headed by last year's MVP, Tarell. And joining him, he has Summer 16's MVP, Mike Davis. Joined by our Winter 17 Rookie of the Year, Cats Out of the Bag, Ty Reed. Followed by last year's 3-point champion, John Rullan. And our dunk contest winner in Howie Miller. Last year's captain, Matt Marconi. And then Andrew Martino and Steve Eccles rounded out. A lot of hardware there for Tarell's team. A lot of awards, a lot of guys with a lot of accolades.
All right.
How are we doing, gents?
Let's get them in the shot here.
We got a game here. We got a little bit of a game. What do you think?
Spit some shit over there.
This is like, is this like when you do your fantasy football draft and then you look at your team afterwards and you're like, how are we feeling? How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Do you think Tarell's mad at you right now?
Nah.
No? Did he give you full autonomy on this, or did he give you names?
He didn't give me anything.
We didn't talk to
Keep
him.
it
You
real.
didn't even talk to him.
Nah.
So you picked yourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
I
not
mean,
first. Right?
we got probably the best players.
Well, not the best. You got a lot. You got half of the best players. You got 8 of the 16. But you also have Mike Davis, who doesn't lose. So that bodes well.
We
for
have
you.
4 undefeated players this year. I
4
think, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But
Oh, it's 3 from No Limit. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
That's
crazy. And then Mike. That's wow.
Yeah.
You're right. You
Also,
are right.
we have the most All-Stars.
You have the most All Stars. Your team.
well, we
your
weren't
team
supposed
is-
to, but
Anyways, so then obviously then for your team, you go. I mean, Carmine Santarelli, you and him were battling it out for the scoring title this year. Do you suspect that you're gonna throw him on the same rotation as you, or split you guys up?
I mean, I'm gonna mix it up, but like hopefully we get to play together. I'm feeling pretty confident with my team as well. We got some high flyers. I play against most of the people on my team. We got Corey Jacobs, who's a good defender. Reggie Stewart, he's like a mini Westbrook. He's energetic. And
Absolutely, I like that comparison.
Jump out the gym, so you know what I'm saying. I'm pretty content with my picks.
Now I'm curious. The team on the other side has a lot of 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
Are you worried about maybe your guys' ability to keep up from them from behind the arc?
No, I'm not worried.
All right, I like it, short and sweet, some confidence. I appreciate
that.
that.
I'm not worried.
If you had, obviously you guys aren't the real captains, but you're here representing, so I'm going to put you guys on the spot. If you were to give your starting 4 of your 8, would you go your top 4 names, your first 4 picks, or would you spread it out a little bit?
yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah,
What about
4.
you? To start at least.
I would spread it out too. Not the first 4, but we'll see what happens. The matchups and what they come up with Tarell, so we'll see what happens.
Now, do you guys? Well, I mean, obviously, we're not going to come in here and not try. But do you guys look at this game as it's a source of pride, right? You're all stars. You earned it. You don't want to come in here and just sort of like fool around. You guys, do your stats and your performance matter to you guys in a game like this?
No, I don't think so.
No.
So you don't care?
No.
You're gonna have a Tyler Feldman game, 2 points, 3 rebounds,
I
call it a day.
Did not say that. I have one block.
One block.
About it for how many weeks?
I
Actually,
finished
it's only
season
been a
with 2
couple of
blocks.
days, but I heard.
I had 2 blocks on the
He
season.
talks about it all day today.
I think we was having some fun, but I think the game will probably get more intense.
Oh, the score.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody last up and down, but I feel like if the game is close, then it'll probably go back and forth.
Yeah, I think
agree.
it's. We've all seen now 9-10 weeks of this, right? We've seen there's a few passionate players in this league. People who, I'll leave it at that, passionate. So I can't imagine that in a game like this, for bragging rights, even you're only playing for bragging rights, but still, it's a source of pride. You don't want to go out there and just not try. So I think it will be a close game, and I don't know. I'm going to put you on the spot. What do you think's going to win?
I don't know. It's kind of tough. If you're gonna make me and hold me to a pick, I'll give Team Vargas the edge because of the chemistry, like we talked about. Because that's a big. Because none of these guys really played together.
Right.
Not to they have 2 monsters on Team Graham, but I don't know. I like the chemistry going into it because everyone's talented.
Right,
So
and
it's
I
not
think
like-
anyone can attest to the fact these are the league leaders.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to find a name anywhere on that. Mine either. I lost my train of thought. You're killing me over here. Actually, no, you are on here. You
Yeah.
got blocks.
Actually,
Look at you. John Rullan, 14 blocks. Where? What are we looking at here?
Oh, actually, again,
John Rullan.
right there, rebounds. Wow, look at that. Maybe second
3-point
team.
percentage.
Maybe second team. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Probably not.
Yes.
Probably not. Anyways, I think if you're going to put me on the spot, I got to give the edge to Team Vargas just because I'm scared you might kill me. You think I hate you?
We
So
got a
I
couple
got to throw you a
shooters.
bone.
Some of the
You
looks
gotta
I've
go.
gotten tonight.
If I'm going to actually do some pure analysis, I would say that I think the edge is going to be 3-point shooting. I
I'm
don't.
talking about that.
Sorry. I don't know anything about that. No, I've
Oh,
never.
yeah, I know that.
My first ever shot I hit this year was a 3. We're saying.
You're 1 for 1.
I went.
remember that.
Well, I finished 1 for 5, but we don't have to go there. But yeah, obviously you were the 3-point champion last year. You're gonna defend your title. 9 o'clock, 4:17. It's a Monday. You feel
And when I win
confident?
again, I get to judge it.
You're going to
Dunk
Disneyland
contest.
again? Am I going to put you on the spot? Do you remember the interview last year? It's hilarious. If you haven't watched
Yeah.
it, absolutely hilarious.
We held up a paper and you.
I said it was the
asked
greatest
questions.
accomplishment of your life. It
I
was
remember.
fantastic. What do we think? We still...
Oh, we're out.
Oh, we're out. Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure. The best of luck to you guys.
Good luck.
And in the playoffs, of course, you guys probably won't have a lot of problems first round, but it'll tighten up. For Ryan and Jalen and John and Howie, Tarell in spirit, and I'm Tyler. I'm not Tarell. I'm saying Tarell's here in spirit, and I'm Tyler. And we will see you guys on Monday of next week for our first round of playoffs.